Okay, 1 minute. Where is the screen? Yeah. Here. Yes, screen is visible, right? Yeah, half क्यों हो
Yes,
रहा है?
ma'am.
Yeah, so 1 minute. Yeah, so I am visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you that, okay, so now, right now, here we are on linear transformation today, lecture 15th, right? So I just want to quickly tell you how I'm going to do the rest of the thing. So lecture 15 is linear transformation, which is today. So I'm going to cover this kernel T and image T, which I have been telling you. 14th is a holiday, but we can have a class if you want. Lecture 6 tutorial is on due on 15th. So Shraddha will be taking these two topics, linear transformation kernel. There are few more topics in linear transformation like image, or when we were doing the linear transformation using matrices. So there I told you, like, right, we were taking a standard basis if we have to construct a matrix, but there are also methods where there we can use how we can use non-standard basis to construct matrices. So we will do it if time allows, otherwise I will leave that topic. And even the inverse of linear transformation, we will see if we are able to cover it, right? So that is on a tutorial she will be taking, and the tutorial will be double, so on the weekend we can repeat it. Now your assignment 4 is due on 19th, right? So this will be again from these three topics: linear transformation, kernel image, and marks will be 2 to 1, same as it. Now the only change I have made is that I'm planning to ask you to on your videos. So there are groups in this file only. There are groups we have divided into TAs, so that all in the instructions, only in the instruction, when the way it was coming earlier to you, the day before assignment instruction will come to you in for class marker. There a Google video link will be there, so you have to click it before you start your exam. If you are not starting, then I will not evaluate your assignment sheets, right? So that is about assignment, and that will be your 2 to 1, which is same as this. Now your quiz 2 is due on 22nd. Even if it is 23, we will take it on 22nd because I have a class. So I will take on Thursday class 11 to 12, and your total marks will be 50 left. So it will be 2 into 5 and 1 into 5. And the syllabus will be everything that we have covered on null spaces, column space, rank, nullity, linear transformation, kernel, and image. Right? So that is about quiz 2. Now what is left is there are three topics which are left in your final exam, which is like if in your syllabus you see, it will be the first session which is left on matrices. So lecture 18, I'm also for linear transformation, I have prepared slides, and those slides I have already uploaded on Moodle. So now onwards, whatever is left, I will put a slide on Moodle in advance, so that if you don't want to attend classes or you want to do it earlier, you can do it. Now, rest is what is left is eigenvalues and vectors. Now, the left out portion is very important, more than what have been covered. So, eigenvalues and eigenvectors, I'm taking on these two classes. Then you have one tutorial which will be prepared by Manoj on eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Then, basically there are three topics left, which one is eigenvalues by eigenvectors. Then there is another tutorial on this Cayley-Hamilton theorem, diagonalization of matrices, orthogonal matrices, Hermitian and skew matrices. So this is all which is left for tutorial 6. Now as soon as we finish tutorial 6, I have assignment due. Now these two assignments which are now we are left with 50 marks. So instead of making 5 marks assignment, I am making 10 marks, so that we cover 50 marks as 10, 10 and 30. Right, so first assignment is due on 10/5, 9 to 10 a.m. and this will be 10 marks. So this is Monday class. Now the last topic which is there is normal and unitary matrix and their elementary operations and quadratic forms. So this will be tutorial which will be prepared. Now why I am telling you who are prepared, Manoj, Pawan and Salman, so that now here I have also made a table for your TAs here. So we have 11 TAs according to your roll number. So what you can do is I will ask them to make a group for you, so that in now whatever time is left, you can ask your doubts from them. Like if you are doing your topics earlier or anything, you have any doubts, so you can ask your TAs. Right. So now try to finish things as soon as possible. Now, so these are the TAs which have prepared your tutorial, and these are the ones who will prepare your assignments. So what is left now is you have assignment 5, which will be marks 10. Dates I have already mentioned. Assignment 5 is due on 10th May and assignment 6 is due on 25th May. Right? So the assignment 5 is 10 marks. Again, assignment 6 is 10 marks. This is how we have divided. Earlier, it was 5 marks assignment, 15 marks were given, 10 marks for upload. Now, this is 30 marks assignment plus 10 marks upload, 40 minutes. And for all those assignments, your videos will be on, right? And dates and time, everything you've written. Then what is left is your final exam. So now if you see that everything in this course will be finished by 25th May, and our last day of classes I think is in first week of June. So we are left with 10 days. You will prepare for your final exam. You will have any doubt you have, you can ask your TAs, and then we can have your final exam by the end of May. I just want to finish it early. So by the end of the May, when we have the last class, we can have a final exam. Yeah, so these are the instructions I'm writing for your exams. Please write all the answers in your answer sheets, and video will be on in remaining exams with TA mentioned below. For your doubts, get in touch with these TAs. Yeah, that's it. Do you have any doubt?
Ma'am, scroll करना नीचे.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for the roll numbers greater than B20300, who would be the TAs?
So this should be 309, right?
328, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number are till B20328.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Last roll number is 328.
Okay, I will just see if there are too many students here. Saurabh is still left, so I will take 12 number and Remaining will go in Saurav's. Yeah, any other doubt?
Ma'am, for quiz 2, you had kept the weightage as 15 marks or 10 marks?
Weighted for
Quiz 2.
weightage for quiz 2 is we are left with 15 marks, right? So it is 2 into 5 and 1 question of 5 marks.
Okay.
Ma'am, the syllabus for final exam will be everything from the beginning.
Everything. Yeah. We can reduce it if you want. We can reduce few topics, but the earlier topics are very easy ones. I mean, you can score at least. The later ones are little difficult. So by the when we finish the entire course, we can decide what we want to keep it in final exam. But generally, the entire course comes. So I have actually asked TS to Mandira to prepare practice question for the entire course. And one more TA, Shamshad is preparing practice questions for syllabus, which will come for quiz 2. So I will upload today maybe. Yes, that's it.
Yes, ma'am. On 19th
Anything
April,
else?
we
Then
are
I'll
also
start.
having midsem. Am I audible, ma'am?
So, yeah. So 19th April you have?
Ma'am, midsem of applied electronics practical.
So 19th is just a lecture, no? So when you have
Okay, ma'am.
midsem,
It will be
there are
all
no
right, ma'am.
lectures happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can the assignment 4 be kept on 20 or 21st? Because on 19th we are having the midsem.
So what assignment? Assignment 4.
Yes, ma'am.
No, but assignment 4 has to happen before quiz 2. Then we need to shift both assignment and quiz 2 on how we can, because 22, wait a minute.
I guess the current dates are fine because, like, as of now, on 19th we have midsem for lab, and then 20th we have, I guess, IC 152 one quiz is there, and then on 21st we have engineering, graphics for design exam, and then 22nd we have this quiz.
Yeah, so for assignment 2, we are only left with 19th, right? Or कौन
Yes,
सी
ma'am.
date
I guess
बची
that
है?
will be fine.
Okay, so 19th is your assignment, 22 is your exam. So for this kernel and image, we have, I mean, whatever doubt you have only today 12th and 14th, because then 15th is your tutorial, and she will repeat on the weekend here. So anything related to these topics you have to cover in this week only, so that your assignment and quiz 2 goes well. Right. So now I'm just starting my lecture. Right? Any other doubt regarding exams checking? Now for checking, see, we are doing our best. One TA is checking all the question, and you should not create so much problem the way you have been doing for one question. There are so many discussions. We know, right, how to do checking. If you're not writing anything in your notebook and you are saying that because in 12th board or JE you have not done this way, is it really the sensible thing to discuss? You have been troubling TAs like anything. You in your JEE exams, you have not written steps, so you will not write it in your exams here. What is the logic here? I don't, even can't understand. Then there is huge discussion going on this topic only. Bolo? So for now onwards, you want to see your answer sheets, or I mean, we can do this. We can check all the answers and put it on a drive so that you can see, and these discussions can be reduced. So now onwards, this is
Then
what we have planned.
everyone's sheet would be visible to everyone.
That is the problem now. Then there will be more chaos. But then we cannot mail all the 3 students separately. Now, for other exams, are you able to see your answer sheets?
For most of the exams, we do not have to submit our draft works. That's why.
But this is maths exam. No, how that is possible?
Like that, if you have any doubt, then you can mail to the TA and he will send it to you.
Yes, ma'am. The
That's what we did.
clarification is better.
Yeah, that's what we did, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's
So
better,
that's
ma'am.
what.
It's all right, ma'am.
But the point, the problem is you are not satisfied with your thing. No, you know that what you have written, and this is really strange that so many of you are saying that you did not write your answers in your answer sheet, but you marked in your class marker. How is that possible? When you're doing a question in your answer sheet, you don't feel like writing your final answer there. You want to mark in class marker, but you don't want to write. Just the last C is equal to minus root 3. You don't want to write because it is wasting your time. Anyways, so we are doing linear transformation. Linear transformation. And what I'm left with is kernel. No, there are other topics. So what I'm today doing is kernel of T and image of T. So if we transform, so as we were discussing that you have a V vector space and you have a W vector space, and we are making a transformation here. Transformation purpose is that you are actually defining your vector space from one space to another vector space, and this can be R2 to R, or it can be R3 to R3, or and so on. So this transformation can be anything. Now if we transform a group of vectors from V, we end up starting to map out several vectors in W. So there can be many vectors, right, when we are transforming. This is the idea behind what we call as image. So what is image is that we are actually seeing TV. All the vectors which are in W are actually called the image. Now if we take a subsource, so for example, if we take a subspace of V, let's call it S. Right. So this is a group of vectors from V that can be transformed. This is a group of vectors from V that can be transformed. The set of vectors that we can get from this transformation is what is known as the image of ES. The set of vectors that we can get from this transformation is what is known as the image of S. We are taking a subset S in V, and when you transform it to W, it becomes your image of S. So for example, S is a subspace of V and if I'm taking its image in W, TS is the image of S in W. One way of thinking all this is that it is as if we are shining a light on part of the vector space V and seeing how much of W gets lit up in W. So for example, it is like this. Through T, and this is W. So this is like, with the image of this, we are seeing it here, and the area of W that gets lit up is our image. Yeah. The image of the entire vector space V is called the range of T. So there are two things. One is if you are taking a subspace S in V and seeing its image in W, then that is called image of S in W. This is represented as TS. Now, if you are taking image of the entire vector space, so instead of one space, you are taking the image of the entire vector space V, then it is actually called the range of T. So this one actually here, this becomes your range. And if you just took one subspace and take it, then it is image. So there can be many images like this, and then the set of all images becomes your range. So one topic that we have to do is the range, which is the image of the entire vector space. V is called the range of T. V is called, so as I said, that if you take all the images, then it has become the range of T. That is one thing you have to do. For example, consider the linear transformation. Consider the linear transformation that maps R3 to R3 given by TV equal to V1, V2 minus V3. You have a linear transformation from R3 to R2. R3 to R2 given by this. So your V is actually, what is your V here? It is three vectors because it is V3. Therefore, this is V1, V2, V3. Now for this, let's say V2. Right now for this, let's say our subspace of V is given by the vector of length 3 where S is, this is how a vector space, a subspace S is defined: C, 2C and 0, where C is a scalar. Right. So what will be T of C to C0. Yeah, tell me. What is this?
1, 2, 0.
Yeah, what is the answer?
1, 2, and 0.
1, 2, 0.
Your vector is C to C0, and here it is defined as V1, V2 minus V3. So V1 is this, V2 minus V3 is this. So your T, so you transformation is this, right? Is it not?
Yes, ma'am. C and 2C.
Yeah. So the image of our subspace is the set of vectors of length 2, where the second element is twice the first. So this is your image of subspace S. Right. Now next is question I'm taking. I'm just trying to open my slides, but before that there is one more thing left. What is kernel? Image I told you, and set of all images is your range I told you. Now what is kernel T? It is denoted as CERT. Now tell me what is null space? What is
Solution
null
set
space?
solution set of Ax equal to 0.
So now kernel T is when you have a linear transformation from V to W. Kernel T is the set of vectors. Kernel T kernel T is the set of vectors in V that when transformed become the zero vector. Yeah, so for example you have T, which is R cubed to R2 R cubed to R2, which in so for the it is same as the earlier example. So T V1 V2 V3 is equal to V1 V2 minus V3 is equal to zero vector. Right, so kernel T is actually your zero vector. Therefore, if the solution space is 0, Tx is equal to 0, right? So in that case, it's the same way we were doing. So if we do this, then you have V1 is 0 and V2 is equal to V3, and therefore what is your null space?
Zero, 1, 1.
Huh?
0, 1, 1. 0, comma 1, comma 1.
Yeah, or we will actually
0,
like
1,
this. Yeah, or we will write this anything, yeah. Right, so kernel T.
Ma'am, zero matrix should have been in R2, no?
Because you are in W, right? No, but your solution space kernel T, 1 minute. Kernel T is a subspace of V. Yeah, then it should be 0C. But your solution is V1, V2, V3. A 1 minute. Kernel T is a subspace of V and image of T is a subspace of W. हाँ बोलो अभी तो कर्नल T is the subspace of V so it should be 3 no.
When you are putting it the R2 matrix equal to R3, how is it possible then?
No, the transformation is going from R3 to R2 and the transformation is going from R3 to R2 and when you are going taking image towards that side in W then you are in image is in your W, but when you are taking the solution space, as we were doing the null space, when we were finding Ax equal to 0, then you are in that space. Your solution is in V space, and V here is 3R3. Wait, I am doing more question. I am just trying to open my slides. It is in just 1 minute. Yeah, so this is correct. This is correct what I have written, that kernel T is actually the subspace because you are writing the solution in R cube. So this 0C right or 011 you write, that is correct. But I'm just going to share the slides with you which I have uploaded. Here. Share.
Ma'am, the screen isn't visible.
Yeah. Now you can see, right? You can see it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the linear transformation slides which I have uploaded. And these are the 3 things we are doing for your assignment and quiz. There are few more topics. If we'll have time, we'll cover. So the introduction to linear transformation, kernel and range, and matrices for linear transformation. So I have covered this. So this is what we were doing, that you are actually from V to W, and this V is called your domain and W is called your range. And sometimes we take the subspaces in these vector spaces, right? So this is what I am doing, that if V is in V and W is in W such that a transformation is defined as TV equal to W, then W is called the image of V under T. And the set of all images of vectors in V are called range of T, right? Then when you are saying something is linear transformation, it has to satisfy these 2 properties which we have already seen. And T is called a linear operator. This we have done. So we have done few questions here which I am showing you, which says that the proof T is a linear transformation. And there are some other good examples which shows that T are not linear transformations. So this we have been doing. And this also have done, that function is called a linear function, but it is actually not a linear transformation because it does not satisfy these 2 properties. Right, so then I told you zero transformation, identity transformation, and there are few properties of linear transformation. Right, then also we have been talking about, like we are going from transformation T R3 to R3, we have standard basis functions, and these standard basis functions are actually ordered standard basis functions. So ordered means 1 0 0 then 0 then. Now if you know this, then we actually can take any transformation T which this 232 can be written as their basis function, and therefore from here you can obtain this t value. So this is the question I have done, right? So actually in a tutorial, Shraddha has included one question, how you get this 232 minus 2 values when these bases are not standard basis function, this standard basis functions which are given. So that is one thing I have to do. Then we said that how we are going to take this linear transformation to matrices. So these are
I think you have lost your voice. Not coming.
hello. Hello.
You are audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I got
Yes, ma'am, you're
disconnected
audible.
in between. You can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I don't know when I got disconnected. So this is what I was just telling you, that when we were doing the linear transformation, then that's how we were doing the um, from matrix to I mean from linear transformation to matrix, we could write this. So this is all what I have already done. And this if you are on linear transformation t, then it can always be written as tv is equal to av, means you can actually go from transformation to matrix. And when you are going from this transformation to matrix, you are actually, this a would be r cross m cross n matrix, and where these vectors v1 v2 are your n vectors, and this whole thing can be written as m cross n matrix there, right? And when we are doing this, we can always prove that t is linear. In case when you write t is equal to av, then on the right hand side we can prove actually it's a linear transformation because it is satisfying those two conditions. This question I have already done in class. Yeah, so there is another question of linear transformation. This all you can see. Yeah, so I'm here on kernel and range. So I'm on actually kernel of a linear transformation. So let T is a linear transformation from V to W. Then the set of all vectors V in V that satisfy TV equal to 0. So same way we did the null space is called kernel of T and is denoted by kernel T. Yeah. Therefore, kernel T is the set of all V such that TV is equal to 0. So the same way we were doing that when we are on the column space, we actually talked about Ax equal to B, and it is actually the basically the image, because you are going on the right hand side, and a set of all images is actually your range. So we are interested in range domain because you are in V, and if we are solving the homogeneous equation, now there are no homogeneous equation, there are the transformations. So if the transformation is actually 0, so this is what, when you are writing TV is equal to 0, it is actually when you are going to 0, then it becomes set of all solutions such that the transformation is going to 0. Is this clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Okay, now this question, find the kernel of linear transformation TA is equal to A transform, AT. A solution is not given. Okay, well, let me see if some solution is given. The kernel of, okay, the kernel of the zero and identity transformation. Okay, do you tell me this? What will be the kernel of this TV equal to 0? If it's a zero transformation, it's V. And if it's an identity transformation, then 0. Because basically we have to go from TV equal to 0, and in when we are going from identity transformation, then kernel T is 0 because there is nothing we can transform it to 0, it's identity. Therefore in that case kernel T becomes your 0, this, right? Okay, we can try this question. Find the kernel of linear transformation this T x y z, and the transformation is defined, so it is from R3 to R3 x y 0. Okay, tell me what is your kernel.
00C.
003.
00C.
Yeah, or z here it is written because you will equate it to 0. Yeah. Okay, now tell me this. Finding the kernel of linear transformation this. So you have to give me values for x1, x2 and x3. Yeah, now we are actually from R3 to R2, but your solution space is here in R3 because we are here. So then you have to give me values for x1, x2 and x3.
Ma'am, 0C minus C.
K into 1, I mean K comma 1 minus 1 and 1.
Yeah. First, like, okay. Just tell me what is your answer coming.
Yes,
Solution
ma'am. K
space.
minus K and K.
Actually, wait. Why your voice is so low? What is the answer?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
K minus K and K, where K is any constant.
Your voice is very low. I can't hear. So, but this is how the solution looks like here. Same way we were doing earlier. This is, they have reduced it to this form.
Ma'am, can you explain the zero transformation and identity transformation again?
Sorry.
Ma'am, the zero transformation and identity transformation.
Yeah. What is here? What is zero transformation? Okay, identity transformation. Actually, when you are going from here, what is identity transformation? You are going from V to V because it's identity, right? So when you are going from V to V, they are saying what is kernel of T? Kernel of T because you are going from this to this solution. I mean आपको zero पे ले जाना है तो वो नहीं ले जा पाओगे तो kernel T zero हो गया ना.
Yes, ma'am. And the zero transformation?
Or zero transformation, this is same as the definition. Kernel transformation, you have to tell me what is TV equal to 0 here. And TV equal to 0 is your kernel T, which is in V. So kernel T in zero transformation is nothing but V only. Because your solution space is here. It is going to 0, the same as the definition of kernel T. Then your kernel T, your solution space becomes your V.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay, so what you can do is you can go through this. There are lots of questions for kernel T and image of T also are there. And there are some theorems. So for example, the kernel of a linear transformation T, do you have class at 10?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, we are having.
Okay, so for example, just last thing, then you can go through the slides. They are very simple ones. So when we are saying that earlier we said, right, that null space and column space both are subspaces of V and W. The same way here we are saying the kernel is a subspace of V. This one. So how do you prove that? Those three properties, if you remember, we have to prove that this, and 0 is a part of kernel T, therefore kernel T is a subspace. Right? So that's what it is saying, that kernel T is a subspace and even the image is also a subspace. Now we are coming to basis. There is one more topic. Actually, 14th is your holiday, but can we take one class because one more thing is left which I cannot cover it in hurry. As we were doing earlier, right? When we were on null space and column space, in null space when we did your basis, right? So ultimately what we did is when you were doing the number of pivots, we said these are the number of independent columns and therefore that becomes your basis. And once you know your basis, you define the rank, right, in null in column space. And the same thing we were doing for null space, that you were actually finding the number of bases and therefore that becomes your dimension. And then there came a theorem that nullity plus rank is equal to number of columns. Now same that thing is coming here also. When we are on the kernel T, there is another thing coming, is the rank of kernel and this. So this I cannot do it right now. So yeah, you go through these slides and give me some time so that Wednesday we can have a class, so that Thursday you can have your tutorial. Yeah, so that kernel, rank is still left, which I have to do. Okay, so I'm ending the session. You let me know when we can have a small class. So that I actually have to take a link also I have to generate a link also for WebEx. So just tell me tomorrow when we can have it on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.